Yes, that's correct. Yeah, it's funky.
Excellent.
Thank you. That's a high A. Yeah.
Please let us know at home if you can hear us.
Oh, yeah.
Sweet Hour Prayer, right?
We're going to start with Sweet Hour Prayer.
Yeah.
That's what I was just thinking.
I instantly, the second you said, oh yeah, I thought, oh yeah, gotta get over this.
That would have been a shock.
Yes, we have new music tonight. If you didn't know, go download it.
We have 45 watching.
Hello, everyone. We're going to do Jim's call to prayer, Sweet Hour of Prayer. Then we're going to do the first part of I Was Glad, and then we're going to do Hallelujah Chorus. And that's it. It's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Rob, are you practicing your dance steps?
I was looking at my dogs on my socks. These are the greatest songs. Because I've got a yellow and a black.
Perfect.
They make me happy.
We're at 64.
Okay, let's wait another minute.
Somebody asked if you could say once more the order that you want them to do their stuff.
Sweet Hour of Prayer, I Was Glad, and Hallelujah.
And Sweet Hour of Prayer, if anyone's confused, is in the virtual choir room under calls to prayer / benedictions, because it is a call to prayer. There you go. I know, a little confusing.
Did you ever see that awful Peterson, Hallelujah, What a Savior?
Oh, yes. Good God, yes. We did every John W. Peterson.
Did you do the Night the Angels?
Ever. All of them. Night of Miracles.
Night the Angels.
And he stole every melody. That the Suffer All the Little Children was Mama's Little Baby Loves Shortening Bread. He stole every melody.
Oh my God.
We're at 71.
Okay, let's start. We're going to start with the Sweet Hour of Prayer, Call to Prayer of James Roman, whoever that is. Let's just see how much we remember. It's been a little while since we've sung it. Here we go. 1 and 2.
Sweet hour of prayer, sweet hour of prayer, that calls me from a world of care, and bids me at the Father's throne, make all my wants and wishes known. Sweet hour of prayer.
Let's do it one more time. Let's start. Let's just do parts right where you sing. Quartet. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Sweet hour of prayer, sweet hour of prayer, that calls me from a world of care, and bids me at the Father's throne make all my wants and wishes known.
Yeah. Can we do those two bars? Make all my wants and wishes known. 1 and 2 and.
Make all my wants and wishes known.
Is that right? Once again, make all my wants.
Is the bass line supposed to be a C or something? Make all my wants and wishes.
Jim, chime in if it's supposed to be a C, but it's a D.
Okay.
Make all my wants. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and.
Make all my wants and wishes known. Sweet hour of prayer.
Good. No questions about that, right? Jim, I think your tempo indication up there, sweetly with a gentle lilt, that's exactly how I think of you. Sweetly with a gentle lilt.
Just don't say the S word. Snow.
Okay, now what everybody's looked forward to, I was glad when they said unto me, which is going to be our first Sunday back. Whenever that is, we're going to sing I Was Glad. And you'll be so glad. And tonight, I think all we're going to do is go through page, I hope we have the same page as 5. If it just goes swimmingly, we may jump over and do page 10. Unless the Queen's going to show up, we'll still take the cut. Okay, let's do it from the beginning, because we can. Yeah, let's do the whole thing.
Oh, really?
Sure. I'm not sure what happened at the top of page 5. Maybe it was just my ear, but I think we had a little trouble in the men's parts, maybe. Let's
I
go.
had a problem too, so
Oh,
it's
okay.
not me.
Let's go back to the top of 4. Our feet shall stand in thy gates. Here we go. 3 and 1.
Our feet shall stand in thy gates.
Our feet shall stand in thy gates.
Stand in thy gates. Our feet shall
I think where the problem is at the top of page 5 on the second bar, the tenor part goes above the alto part considerably, and that's always weird. It's just always weird when parts cross. Are there questions about any of that?
Can the altos here, top of 5, second measure, pick up into the third bar, that C up to the F?
It's hard.
Let's, Alyssa, would you sing that at the top of page 5, starting in the first measure? Start in the first measure on Our Feet Shall Stand. Ready, and 1.
Our feet shall stand. Nope. Ah.
Here comes the bride. Do it one more time. Our feet shall stand. 3 and 1.
Our feet shall stand in the gates. Sorry.
Listen to Shall Stand on Thy Gates. Alyssa's just showing you all that she's human. She just, I asked her to do that.
I asked Rob to play for this before
I'm being
rehearsal
human
for
too.
me, so don't feel bad.
You want me to start at Our Feet Shall Stand?
Sure, just, yeah. Yeah, and I mean, it is just a truism that when parts cross, it gets weird. It can be super easy, which this one isn't necessarily, but when parts cross, it gets weird. Would you sing it for us one more time, Melissa? Our feet shall stand. 3 and 1.
Our feet shall stand in the gates of I got the notes right, I just didn't breathe.
Well, and also on the word stand, in the third bar, the altos are on an F and the first sopranos are on an E. So it's
Weird.
Thank God we're not making a virtual choir out of this, right?
we hope not. We hope that we're doing this live and in person. Okay, let's go back, everybody, to the top of page 4. Our feet shall stand in thy gates. 3 and 1.
Our feet shall stand in thy gates.
Our feet shall stand in thy gates. Stand in the gates of nations. Our feet shall stand in
Good. And as if that wasn't enough, going on. In that first measure at the bottom of page 5, we're going to relax just a little bit before lem. We'll all be poking our tongues back in our mouths. Before we leave this, let's go back to the beginning and hear second soprano by itself, and then we'll do second tenor by itself. Right, yeah, right where we sing at letter A. 3 and 1, 2.
I was glad when they said unto me, We will go into the house of the Lord.
Good. And y'all know you can go back and listen to these rehearsals again. So if second sopranos want to hear that 97 times, you can make that happen at home. Now let's go back and hear second tenor from letter A. My part since college. And 1, 2.
I was glad when they said unto me, We will go into the house of the Lord.
2, 3. And likewise, second tenors, you can go back and listen to that on this recording for a long time. Are there any questions about that before we do something else? You know what? Let's jump over to page 10 and just look at the 4-part G flat. Oh, pray for the peace of Jerusalem. And we'll just do all of page 10 and to that cadence over on page 11, and we'll finish. Let's start right at letter G, Rob. 3 and...
Oh, pray for the peace of Jerusalem. They shall reign, they shall prosper, not part of thee. They shall praise for the peace of Jerusalem. They shall
Good. We'll do it one more time. There's some melodies in here. At times, everybody's melody is as important as the soprano part. There's not a predominant melody in the soprano part. Like tenors in the second system, the third bar, they shall prosper that love thee. And then again, they shall prosper that love thee. First, or sopranos on your last system, the second bar, they shall prosper that love thee. Those things, it needs the fabric, those threads need to come out of the fabric. Pretty much every part has one of those. Here we go, at letter G. 3 and... Take an O breath, a breath in the shape of the vowel.
Oh, pray for the peace of Jerusalem. They shall reign, they shall prosper, that might love thee. They shall prosper, that pray for the peace of Jerusalem. They shall prosper, they shall prosper,
Good, and there's a little relaxation at the bottom of page 10, just before we get to the top of page 11. Any questions? Excellent. Let's look at the Hallelujah chorus. Now, while you're getting this ready, if the Lord's will and then the creek don't rise and we're able to do this in this room, just be thinking ahead that people are going to be, and we'll talk about this more in a few minutes, Aaron will visit about this. We're going to be spread from end to end in this building. And when we do the Morning Has Broken, we'll be doing it with a percussion instrument. When we do this, we're doing it with a wind instrument. And it's going to be really, really, really important not to depend on your ear, but to depend on your eye. I'm going to be in the center, probably maybe even right where Mike is. And you have to really watch, because light travels faster than sound, so that we can stay together. We hope this will work. We think it will. There have been mass courses of Messiah for a very long time and done in giant rooms, and we're going to be one of those. So just be thinking about being precise. Don't be overblown. Remember that the hallelujahs, even though you're tempted, are not the biggest part. Let's see how fleet of foot and light we can keep it. Here we go. And 3. And. Shape, shape, shape.
Hallelujah. 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 Hallelujah.
Biggest. Pull back. Big.
King of kings and
keep going, guys. Remember, those of you at home, these people did it just right. Remember that it's always halleh and not hallelujah. Hallelujah. Much easier to blend. I love it when we speed up on the last page because it makes that silence just before the last hallelujah even more glorious. So have fun with that. Make sure the dotted rhythms really pop on my page 11, King of Kings, with altos and tenors. Remember, and you know this, baritones, you stay with the tenors at the bottom of page 10. Otherwise, it dies a little bit there. Are there questions about this? Probably not. Everybody at home's going like this?
I just asked them if anybody is standing at home.
Oh. Well, I hope so. Okay, I think that's good. Again, it's our hope for this to be just brilliant. Now, one thing you have to be ready for the 21st, and we need to say this several times between now and then, it's going to be an emotional day, and we don't have time to be carried away with our emotion. We have an hour to get everything done, which is no time to record 2 pieces. So you're going to need to gird your loins and, do whatever you need to do not to sob when we start to sing. It's going to be emotional for everybody, but we got to get through it. So just be ready. I will be if you will. So I think that's it, unless anybody has a question. Thank you, Quartet, very much. Thank you, Ryan and Rob.
Thank you, Sid.
You're so welcome. And we'll head over to Zoom.
And we're done.